I will simply read anything that this woman writes. I'm excited about all of these, so I'm not even going to keep saying it. The shoe covers is just like not, it wasn't going to do it for me. After Emmy gave this 5 stars, I knew I needed to read it. Starting Hello, welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've seen me before. My name is Leslie. I am a mom, a teacher, and I love to read books. Today is going to be my take on the end of year 2025 TBR. I've seen a lot of people doing 10 before the end, but as I just mentioned, I am a teacher and a mom of a 2-year-old, so reading 10 books from the middle of November to the end of December is honestly just not feasible. So instead of a 10 before the end, I'm actually going to do a 5 before goodbye. I don't know if anyone has done this or not. Typically, I read about 5 books a month, and we are again halfway through November, and then I have December to go as well. So this pretty much will be my end of year TBR, and then I'll be able to like mood read 1, 2, maybe 3 books in between there, because I will have Christmas break, Thanksgiving break coming up from work. I'm going to do a little bit of traveling, so I'm going to have a little bit of extra time to read than I normally would. But that being said, I don't want to forget about the first book that I am so excited about. So let's get right on into the video. The first book that I am so excited to read is called No Place Left Behind by Megan Lally. And after I read That's Not My Name by Megan Lally, I will simply read anything that this woman writes. I was sat for the entire book. It was a 5-star read for me. I absolutely loved it, and I read that in October. So when I found out that Megan Lally actually had other books out already, I was like, yes, order them all. Basically, this follows a young girl, but basically she's driving home one night, and the back of the book says that she starts getting tailed by someone, and they know about the incident, and details about the incident start to unravel. And that's pretty much all I know about this book, but I would rather go in as blind as possible, because that's honestly how I like to go into a lot of my books, but especially thrillers. I don't like to know like much about them. So I'm super excited about that one. This other book I am very excited about. I'm excited about all of these, so I'm not even going to keep saying it. But it is The Right Move by Liz Tomford. This is Ryan and Indy's story. We have fake dating in here. He's a professional NBA basketball player, and she is, I don't know if you actually see her anymore. In Mile High, she was the one of the flight attendants, but I'm not sure if we're going to see much about her like work life in this book. But yes, she starts living with her best friend's brother, and they start fake dating. They're living together, so it's close proximity, but it's not forced proximity, because she moves in after a breakup that takes place in Mile High. So I'm excited to continue on with the series. I'm planning on finishing this series in 2026, so I would like to continue on if I want just a fluffy sports romance. The next book I'm excited to read is a bit of a messy one. This one is Time of Your Life by Jessa Hastings, and I really want to get into the Magnolia Parks universe. I actually spent some extra money on Amazon to get the original covers, because the shoe covers is just like not, it wasn't going to do it for me. But basically, this one takes place in the 90s. He is like the face of the world's biggest boy band, and she is someone else famous, but I guess that they have a really toxic, like all in obsessive kind of relationship. and it's like all consuming, super messy, super toxic. And I wanted to try out Jessa Hastings' writing before I committed to the entire like Magnolia Parks universe, because it isn't completed yet and no one knows when the next book is coming. So I'm excited to read something by Jessa Hastings, and this book seems like it would be right up my alley. This is actually going to be my next read. This is If It Makes You Happy by Julia Olivia. I don't know what it means, but I guess that this book gives Gilmore Girl vibes, but I've never read Gilmore Girls, so I don't know if that's true or not. But if you like Gilmore Girls, maybe try this book out, but I don't know if it has anything to do with Gilmore Girls or whatever. I don't really know much about this book except that it's small town, slow burn. It's giving autumn vibes, and and Emmy Rossum rated it 5 stars in one of her reading blogs, so that was enough for me to want to read it. It is giving fall on the cover, and because we are still in November, I'm hoping to pick this book up next. But I am planning a Bookmas video, and so I've been reading a ton of holiday romance, whether it's autumn or Christmas, and I just feel like that holiday romances might not be for me. It's not even the cheesiness that gets me. It's like I want more holiday things. So I'm hoping that this one gives me like more like autumn vibes than some of the other books that I've been reading have been. But after Emmy gave this 5 stars, I knew I needed to read it. And the fifth and final book is probably going to be the one that I read after If It Makes You Happy, and that is Quicksilver by Callie Hart. And I do want to get to this one because Brimstone, which is the second book in the series, also just came out. I don't know much about this book except that everyone seems to love the MMC in this book, and I think that I would just like to read it. I don't know. I like most like romanticy. The back of the book says 24-year-old Sarah is good at keeping secrets. I don't know how to pronounce that name. No one knows about the strange powers she possesses or the fact that she has been picking pockets and stealing from the Undying Queen's reservoirs for as long as she can remember. In the land of the unforgiving desert, there isn't much a girl wouldn't do for a glass of water, but sooner or later, every secret comes out. Says as she comes face to face with death himself, with like a capital D, as in like that might be the name, but I'm not sure. Basically, they take her to the Fae realm, and it says that she mistakenly binds herself to this kingfisher guy. That's that one. That is my end of year priority TBR for the most part. I am going to do some honorable mentions because I am literally the biggest mood reader of all time. So if I'm not feeling any of these books, I do need to continue on in Chestnut Springs. I am on Theo and Winter's Story that I need to read next. So I wouldn't mind reading, I believe that one is called Reckless, if I'm not mistaken. I also wouldn't mind starting. Well, I wasn't going to say Once Upon a Broken Heart, but they kind of just attacked me. Maybe they want to be read. Okay, what I was saying was I wouldn't mind starting the Beartown trilogy because I do want to get that read by the end of winter, but that is Beartown itself is on my like 2026 TBR that I want to read by the end of 2026. So I either want to get it read this December or January 2026 or December like 2026. Like those are the only times that I really want to read these three because they're just giving winter. I also need to start Boys of Tommen, and I've been reading watching so many spoiler-free Boys of Tommen reading vlogs lately, like spoiler-free, and I am dying to start reading these because I just want to know what the hype is about. Everybody rates it so high, and I do know that they are very triggering, but even on Goodreads, like the first book, Binding 13, is rated like a 4.45 stars, and that is such a high rating, especially for something so emotional that I just want to read it. Those are like the ones catching my eye right now. As for the next fantasy that I read, I really want to get into Quicksilver first. But if not Quicksilver, then I want to get to Assistant to the Villain, because I try to only have one fantasy series going at a time. So if I start Quicksilver, then I need to read Quicksilver and Brimstone before I get to Assistant to the Villain. But I do know that the fourth book is coming in August of 2026, so I do want to get the first three read before then. So that's kind of my priority TBR. These are my first 5 that I am for sure hoping to read. Again, that was No Place Left to Hide by Megan Lawley, The Right Move by Liz Tom Ford, If It Makes You Happy by Julie Olivia, Time of Your Life by Jessa Hastings, and Quicksilver by Callie Hart. Other than that, I hope that you enjoyed today's video. Let me know what books you are most excited to read for the end of the year down below. Do you have any 2026 reading plans set yet already, or are you kind of just living in 2025 and going with the flow? I'd love to hear your thoughts down below. If you've read any of these books without spoilers, go ahead and give me your thoughts on them. And I hope to see you in the next video. Give this video a like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you're not already. Thanks, guys. Bye.